Welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I'm your host, Vinerati, and today I'm going to be bringing you a little bit of LiquidHuK action, as, of course, he will be spawning as the Red Protoss, and he will be going up against Dark, spawning as the Blue Terran. So, of course, we are going to have a PvT on Delta Quadrant. Of course, we just saw Phone Wayne go up against QXE on Delta Quadrant, and it's a big map with a lot of room to move, lots of room to expand, and we have 4 high-yield mineral clusters. Now, I'd be actually interested to see a game where we see Delta Quadrant fully mined out. I'm sure there's one out there, considering how many games have been played. Now, the question is it entertaining? Of course, no one wants to watch a 2-hour map, because it would probably take about that long to fully mine out Delta Quadrant all the way. Of course, I don't think this is going to be happening there, as I can look at the timer, and it's definitely not. You can't mine Delta Quadrant out in 18 in-game minutes. So, either way, a little spoiler there. So, what do we have going on? We don't have Dark walling off from the front door. We actually have him throwing down that supply depot right next to his command center. A lot of people like to do that simply for the fact that it kind of helps keep the harassment away. Of course, when I say he's not walling off, there he goes. He goes straight to walling off. So, I'm going to try to keep himself sealed off, allowing his Marines some sort of backdrop or something, keep in between him and those Zealots who definitely want to stick those plasma blades in those Marines. So, meanwhile, LiquidHuK will be scouting out, going actually straight across the map, not choosing to try to grab one of the nearer spawning points right here. We do have him chrono boosting out probes, and we have the gateway coming online, and a pylon stuck over there in the corner. You definitely want to keep a awareness of what's going on in your base, and you can do so by that pylon placement, because there's a lot of dark corners in your base where someone could put some proxy stuff down, and it's just really not fun to have to deal with that. Of course, we see the gateway will be rallied on this SCV, as Dark's SCV is definitely going to be cramping LiquidHuK style, as it is going to be actually doing a little party boy dance right there. And LiquidHuK, meanwhile, still hasn't... Oh, wait, there we go. He actually just found out where Dark was and trying to get into that base, but that Marine is definitely going to be saying hell no, and the probe will be trying to run away, as it actually killed that SCV right there and delayed that supply depot just that much longer. Now, interesting that Dark's actually going to be grabbing that second supply depot before throwing down another barracks, as he could definitely afford to do so, but instead of getting a second rack, he's actually going to be grabbing that command center, so he's going to be feeling comfortable in the fact that he can expand, even though we're seeing LiquidHuK right here going with the cybernetics core and chrono boosting out these warp gate technology as well as the Stalker. So the Stalker will be coming out here, and of course that SCV ran away way before that Stalker ever come out, but it looks like we're going to be seeing the Stalker poking around early on, trying to figure out what exactly Dark will be up to. Right now Dark has 3 Marines on the front door, so of course we'll be able to defend against that Stalker, but the Stalker will be able to take a peek of what's going on. We see the bunker, so of course that bunker going to be giving the feeling for the fact that he's digging in, and so we would think, ooh, unfortunate that SCV just totally ate some, what is that? Particle disruptors in the back right there. So, blam, there goes that. Stalker getting the first kill. Well, no, I take that back. Actually, that probe got the first kill of the game. So, here we go. The Stalker will be coming up on the front ramp of Dark's base, but able to get it back in time. Oh, and there goes the Automaton, as that Stalker's pissed off that it's not able to do anything with it. So the command center finishing up here will be instantly queuing up for a orbital command. So Dark leaving these 3 SCVs up here, probably trying to make sure that they will be able to heal anything, just in case there's some early pressure from LiquidHuK. Meanwhile, though, we have a robotics facility finishing up here. We'll be throwing down a observer with chrono boost. So LiquidHuK looking to grab that early intel on what exactly Dark's doing. Meanwhile, though, we have LiquidHuK chewing on this destructible debris, so LiquidHuK is looking to grab the expansion, or at least the option of getting the expansion early on, not wanting to be left behind, not choosing to one base it. We see another sentry coming down, so right now LiquidHuK doing a sentry. Ooh, never mind. Actually, Huck's grabbing the expansion on the front door, so LiquidHuK, seeing that there's not going to be any sort of early pressure coming from Dark, simply reading the kind of build that we're seeing. Also, Observer right there, blam, it needs to run for its life though, as these Marines are definitely coming over here. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, yes, yes. Trying to evict it as the scan will be coming online here shortly. But it doesn't matter because we actually have Dark is supply locked, and we don't actually have a supply depot on the way for anything right now. So right now we do actually see a bunker coming down there, and did we just see a... Okay, yeah, we just see a supply depot just finish up right there. So right now Dark able to build a few more units, but oh wait, there we go, supply locked once again, even though we do have the supply depot on the way. Supply locking, ooh, everyone does it, but you just really don't want to do it, because that will definitely throw off your build times. But the sentries almost done chewing on this destructible debris, as they've been at it for quite some time right now. Meanwhile, though, we do see a drone transfer from LiquidHuK. LiquidHuK able to finish up this, and not sure why he's queuing his probes to go back into the main, but hey, you know what? I am definitely not LiquidHuK. As far as production goes, though, we see 3 gateways on the way for LiquidHuK, so LiquidHuK about to really ramp up the production of units here, as we saw, was that a Reaper? Oh no, that was an SCV, so you can tell by that little pincer claw right there. So LiquidHuK putting up these stalkers, just trying to deny any sort of early push, any early probing, but Dark taking the Xel'Naga Tower, kind of poking around, as we have these 2 observers still lurking around, keeping an eye on him. Oh, and loaded we have a Ghost Academy here, and yes, we do actually have a Ghost on the field right there, so this Ghost is definitely going to be a pain in LiquidHuK's side, as Huck's forces, of course, will all be susceptible to that EMP blast, and especially the sentries, as these sentries will lose all of their energy. And yes, here we go, we actually have Dark. What we actually see force fields coming down here, but these will of course be coming under fire. And actually, so many force fields that this Ghost will be denied. Oh, but it is actually still in range of sort of MP blast, but the MP blast is not coming down. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but it doesn't matter, as there were enough forces from Dark to go ahead and engage this. But these chaser forces, of course, will be going down, as these sentries will be going down, and not actually seeing any focus fire down on these individual units right there, so kind of surprised by that, as the last of those sentries will be going down. The lone survivor of that army, the Stalker, will be retreating, but looking at this, we have quite a few gateways down, as we have a total of 5 gateways, 1 robo, and we have a robotics bay coming online as well, so we will be either seeing Colossus or Immortals. I would love to see Immortals, because, well, I take that back. Thinking about it, you know, I love Immortals. There's so much pew-pew that comes from them, but that Hardened Shield is just so susceptible to these Ghosts. It's very depressing, and seeing that we have a lot of Marines on the field as well, the Immortals just really are not super effective against those Marines. They're super effective against the Marauders, but not so much against the Marines. But it does look like we are actually seeing a scouting factory coming out here, so it does look like we'll be suiciding on the base of LiquidHuK. So LiquidHuK right now, kind of in a lull, as he's waiting to queue up his army. And what is this? We actually see a Robo, or a Colossus coming out of the robotics facility, chrono boosting, and we have the observers just kind of poke around, doing a picket observation. Whoa! And we have a probe having a conniption fit right there by that Xel'Naga Tower. But what is this? We actually have Dark moving out here with this bio ball, with the one... Oh, we see an EP blast going down on these Zealots, so these Zealots completely stripped of those shields. But there are so many Zealots, I don't believe it's going to matter in the end, as we have a Guardian Shield coming down here. And these Zealots do not have charge, so they were not able to get in contact with those Stem Marine and Stem Marauders. So LiquidHuK able to defend against that, but that EMP blast really costing a lot of lives right there. And looking at the loss tab, we are neck and neck. And there we go. Actually, LiquidHuK put himself a little bit ahead right there with the destruction of that factory. But Dark is going to be in some trouble here, even though, look, he is actually going to be reacting to that Colossus, and we have him moving out with this force. I don't think this force is going to be enough, though, as he has 2 medevacs to try to heal these guys. But with this Colossus here, I really am not feeling the mojo for Dark, as Dark is really about to put himself in a bad position, as we have more reinforcements moving up here. These two Vikings will be playing a role in dealing with the Colossus threat, but these 2 Vikings I don't think will be enough. And look, we have bad placement for these Zealots right here, as the Zealots are actually behind the Stalkers. That's not how you want to use your Zealots. We have 1 force field coming down here, not going to be enough, as we have 2 Colossus out here, but this 1 Colossus looks like it's going to be in danger of being sniped, but LiquidHuK pulls it back in time. So right now the Thermal Lance is just putting a lot of pew-pew on these forces. We see all the Zealots being cut to shreds by Dark, and LiquidHuK moving up here with these with the Stalkers, and it's really neck and neck at this moment. All of those Vikings are down, and the Colossus, ooh, out of placement right there as we see them, the forces of Dark stimming. The Vikings coming here trying to focus fire on this one Colossus. Will it be enough? Oh, yes, there we go. They finally get it, but meanwhile, the ground forces are suffering as we see the SCVs coming off the line of the natural expansion, trying to get the surround on this Stalker. We see one Stalker going down right there, and the SCVs acting as a meat shield as the Marauders go ahead and focus fire down that Colossus. So now it's going to be neck and neck as we have 4 Marauders going up against these 3 Stalkers. We see one Stalker and only one Stalker left over, and it looks like Dark was able to successfully defend against that attack by LiquidHuK, but at what cost, as we see so many of those SCVs were destroyed right there. Overall, LiquidHuK is in the lead as far as losses go, and overall units lost, we see 95, but a lot of that will actually be SCVs. Let's take a look at the income tab right now. Yes, we actually see quite a difference overall in between LiquidHuK and Dark's harvester counts, and, you know, I say that, but here we go, we got mules, so it doesn't really matter. Dark is going to be able to keep himself A-okay for the time being, as the mineral difference isn't really that much. So, sad for all of those non-Terran players, but for those Terran players, hip hip hooray, as those mules are just so powerful, as we do actually see him bringing himself back online with a total harvester count. But Dark will be actually expanding one more time to this high yield, but we also see LiquidHuK distance mining right here, as this high yield Nexus will be coming online, and Dark looks like to see a little bit of movement out here. Don't know if he's really feeling the love and looking to go attack, because I don't really believe it would be in his advantage, as we're seeing about a 25 army difference right here. With 3 Colossus, do we have charge legs? Yes, we finally have charge legs, so those Zealots will be able to get in contact with those Stim Marines and Marauders, and this could be very devastating to Dark's forces, as we still see the majority of his forces are Marines and Marauders, but we have a 6 fleet, or, I'm sorry, the Vikings count a total number of 6, so these Colossus will be in danger. So 2 Vikings per Colossus, and here we go, we see the Colossus being engaged by these Vikings, and we will see, oh, will we see the first one go down? Yes, we do see 1 Colossus going down. Meanwhile, though, the ground forces are totally suffering here, as we see the Stalkers actually try to thwart these Vikings, and we see all but 2 Vikings left. And with the Colossus coming up here, and the ground forces really cut to shreds, and once again we have Dark coming up here with the SCVs, trying to soak up some of that damage. I don't believe it's going to be enough, though. We only have 2 Marauders left on the ground. So many Stalkers attacking these Vikings. 2 more Vikings coming in here to reinforce, but I don't believe it's going to be enough. And yes, we actually see Dark GGing out of there, or, well, I guess that's GG. I really can't tell. But overall, LiquidHuK able to keep himself in the game. Early on, I was kind of worried that he didn't have that much in the way of production facilities, but LiquidHuK coming out on top, showing the prowess of the Protoss play that he is wielding right now, and these Colossus being so deadly. 9 kills and 4 kills. I don't know what the other Colossus had, but the Vikings were just not numerous enough. And we saw Dark use EMP Blast once, and that is the ticket as far as Terran play goes. Use Ghost, for God's sake. They stripped these shields from the units there. I don't know what more you could ask as far as a unit taking away just about half of the HP of another unit instantly. So either way, Dark not able to best LiquidHuK. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know what you think, as there will be more to come. And as always, citizens, thank you so much, and stay safe.